So I figured I'd do a rather lengthy recording of building a prefab on my medieval prefab server. Thought it might be something neat just to kind of break the monotony of quick 30-second show and tell videos. Let's see here. Oh yeah, my new epic music. There it is. That should be better. It's very Game of Thronesy. Wait for it to restart. Come on. See? Game of Thronesy. If it's even hearable on the YouTube video. I have no idea about my microphone settings right now. Don't know, don't care. Like I said, this will be a rather boring session for anybody watching unless you just like to watch people build prefabs. But it'll give you an idea of some of the new blocks I have available and whatnot. I think I'll do a small ruins, I guess. Yeah, that should work. Small ruins. I'll probably swap out these background images. Let's see. That's part of the castle keep I'm working on. It's more of a keep than a castle. It works. Oh, hey, corn. Anyway, we don't actually sext, but I figure that's funny. My little shitty ass looking squared off keep. Somebody else's squared off keep over here. And then, God, I wish I could get horse done on this thing, on this project. Horse, beautiful castle. I'm not 100% sold on the textures yet. We had to retexture them because not everything imported over from my other prefab server. But yeah, this thing's tight. Let's see, so it's some terrain filler. Oops, don't want nano, that's for goddamn sure. You may have noticed this when you hit God mode, do some other key combination, just sort of float up like this when you hit fly. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, something about a small keep, right? So this is called terrain filler. Basically what it does is when it's placed on a block, and let's say, for instance, like in this, I'm going to be making something, you know, that has a forest ground. When random generation imports this particular terrain filler block, what it's going to do is it's going to see what block is next to it here and make this block into this block. So that way it always matches. So here, if it spawns, it's going to be forest ground. If it spawns into plains, it's going to be plains ground, etc., etc. So it's always better to build with terrain filler. Like I said, this is just going to be a very small project. Something I can knock out pretty quickly. All prefabs literally have to be square, so you don't necessarily have to make them square. Alright, now I'll use the nano. That's what nano does. Had I put that bad boy out here, I'd have filled the whole world with that shit. That would have not been fun. Alright, so let's see. Drawbridge. Yeah, that should work. Let's do another one. Alright, so basically I'm coming up, this could be a drawbridge. Alright, so what would be rickety looking? What do we have, some broken looking rocks? Let's do stone. Ooh, I know. Oh, what's that shit called? This stuff right here. Yeah, it looks kind of broken up a little bit. White Lion was asking me about my progress on how far the mod has come on the forums, and basically I am almost done importing sounds. I have most of my icons in. I'm almost done building prefabs. All the entities and all of the, what do you call it? Can't think of the words. Blocks are in, items are in, weapons are in, all that kind of stuff. So it's really coming along really well. I need a shitty stone axe. Perfect. The reason why I need a shitty stone axe is so I can sort of shape the terrain a little bit. I got this idea from Tin, since he likes to sculpt a lot of his terrain items. Make him look more craggly and kind of get him the shape he wants. See how it's sort of bending the curve there, right about here? Gives it more of a natural look. And I don't want to use a good stone axe, because then it'll just break the block quickly. And I kind of want more control over it. So a shitty stone axe allows me to, you know, take smaller hits. It's a little squared off too. Oh, I have the perfect door for this. Where are you? There you is. There we go. There. Right? Look a little cool, right? Why isn't this fucking drawbridge working? There we go. Alrighty. You know, I don't think that's going to work at all. So let's pull it out this way. Yeah, that kind of works. So you got to figure out a way across and find a way to lower the drawbridge. What you do, you open the door and into the ruins, which will be, I guess, a cave system. Let's see what I'll do here. That's what I like about terrain blocks. Is this will look really good. Oops. Once it blends in, give you an idea of what it'll theoretically look like. So, you see it kind of gives it a decent look. And that's what it'll look like after it renders. Let's see, let's go ahead and change these over to regular blocks though. Yeah, I don't want to go that far. Alright, so we're walking in. I'm using a new texture pack, the one I just basically fixed and uploaded, so I'm also looking for texture issues. I've darkened up a lot of the textures. Fixed my tiling issues where you could see lines between some of the textures in a lot of places. Made a lot of textures a lot more seamless. Hopefully it'll pan out. Honestly though, I really like the vanilla flagstone texture. I think it's one of the best textures out there. Whoever did this did a great job. I mean, it looks good to me. It looks like it belongs in the medieval times. I have no idea what real flagstone walls would look like, but maybe they look like that. I don't know. So basically the idea I'm going to do is I'm going to have the solid walls as if the building existed a long time ago. I'm going to kind of cover it in dirt and stone, you know, kind of hide the fact that it's there. What is this shit? Small stones. Try to hide the seams, which is actually kind of hard to do. You would imagine a rock slide came down from a nearby mountain or something and covered this thing up. I don't really know what the backstory on it is. Another option is to actually place this whole thing underground, which actually isn't a bad idea. I may do that. Because we're replacing the treasure chest. Well, we're adding to the treasure chest quest. Where basically, you know, you find a treasure chest and you go somewhere at a random spot, XYZ, and you dig until you find it. We're doing the same thing, except for instead of treasure chests, we're going to be actually having a whole prefabs that are underground. So you may find yourself falling into a pit, for instance, a small pit. We don't want to kill you, you know, when you dig, and then boom, and all of a sudden, instead of a treasure chest, there's a whole underground temple for you to, you know, to explore, whatever. And that's what the quest will basically say. The quest will say, you know, find the underground temple of Rucky Kerr or something, and then that way. It's more of a quest-driven mod than it is, you know, just a hack and slash defeat zombies kind of mod. And I think we all kind of like that idea. Yeah, this is looking a little tighter. Oops, where did that come from? Alright, so, and as you explore down here, you discover some stairs leading down. People often wonder and ask me about how, see how the terrain blocks don't line up against like a regular block? I'll show you here. It's got the nice little gap right there. And the reason is it's called density. And basically in the prefab editors, you can change the density of this block here, and this block will sort of melt into this block a little bit more. So that's why you see a lot of your custom prefabs have this gap, because the authors don't know about that method of meshing the two. Random Gen does it naturally somehow. I'm not sure how they do it. I'm not sure what the pimps, you know, what they got going on with that. But basically, we have to basically manually do it though when we're making prefabs in the prefab editor. And if that didn't make any sense to you, I apologize. It didn't make any sense to me either. Basically, block density affects how the blocks meld into one another. So I imagine in a prefab or in a long lost Temple of Doom or whatever, the exterior is going to be looking kind of run down. You know, maybe rocks fell on it, trees grew on it, that kind of stuff. But that, let's add a tree, by the way. I don't want no fucking tall tree. Where's the dead trees at? There we go. Yeah, it's gonna look a lot better. Yeah, aesthetically a little bit more pleasing. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, so imagine the exterior will be all beat up from nature and weather and all that stuff like that, but the interior should actually be pretty good. Let's see some stairs. Blah 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 blah. Throwing knives. Should be an interesting addition to the game if I can get them to work right, i.e. cause damage. I can get them to throw just fine. But they do not cause damage as of yet. See that gap right there? That's terrain. Where terrain meets, what do you call it? Words. Blocks. So I won't make this prefab too involved. Probably just the above chamber and antechamber below and call it a day. Little quick fix. Come in. Ooh, it's dark and scary. And remember, this will actually look a lot better when the terrain blocks generate. You know what? I have a better idea. I mean, it's pretty noticeable, but I mean, it is actually really noticeable. Especially now that I darkened the flagstone block. I need to relighten the flagstone block so it matches better. Write that down. Or just darken this new block, 'cause I like the darker flagstone block. I know what I could do. Chest, maybe. Ooh, barrel. Barrels. I got barrels right here. There. There, you're looking around, you don't really notice it. But when you do, it opens up into this little underground antechamber. Yeah, this is going to work out a lot better. Have to be really careful not to exceed this. Otherwise my prefab will be cut off, but I got plenty of space. I'm not going to make that big of a room, so. I even know what I'll do with this room. This is going to be good. Oops. Where are you? Flagstone ramp. There he is. Something like this I would normally actually build in the editor first, because it'd just be easier. But sometimes building is just fun. Oops. Having fun yet? Told you this would be a boring video. This is the admin nail gun, by the way. If nobody's familiar with it, you should be. I believe it's actually finally enabled in vanilla now. You just need to go to the hit U, go to dev blocks, and it should be in there. If not, it needs to be. I know Stompy's the one who originally made this thing, I think. So I think I know. Whatever, I'm fairly confident it was Stompy's baby. I don't think there's too many people who've added more to the, especially the XML editing of the game than Stompy has. Oops. Might get lucky in a couple of seconds here. Yay! Is there a nano flagstone block? That would come in handy. Nano is a type of block that fills in automatically like I did up earlier with the terrain block. And we're still underneath the bulk of the prefab, so that's good. Oops, almost fell through the world there. All right, we're finally down here. Woo! Let's see, we got let's see what we're gonna do here. We'll put this here, maybe. I really like these things typically centered, but if I can't, I can't. No. I really dislike that it's not centered. There, centered. I don't know if I like that color. What else can I add down here? My normal. Ooh, I know. Why aren't you placing? What? Okay. I'll write that down as a bug. You hit colliders for these things extend too far. That should work. Yeah. What would be a good floor covering? No. Oh, don't I have an evil symbol somewhere? There we go. That looks like shit. Alright, gotta fix the evil symbols. Specular map too. What would be good, I wonder? The artistic side of this is not my forte. I gotta fix that for sure. Looks like I'm redoing the specular map again. That sucks ass. I don't know if I like that either. What the black obsidian? What is this? No. Oops. That's right, they don't have names anymore. Nice dark depressing room. Oh, I know. Alchemy bench. That'll really add to this thing. Yeah. Where's a fucking paintbrush go? Chill. Let's see what he's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, so you gave up. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these either. What's that shit thing called? Iron wedge full corner. That's not it. Here they are. Where the fuck was my thing? Okay, so oops. Fuck. Oh wait, that only erases one side? That's good. Fuck did it go? Alright, so this is looking a little bit better. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so to recap. You're stumbling along and you come across this prefab. You're like, oh, what is this shit going on over here? You know, maybe you even have to dig out the bridge. That'd be kind of cool. No idea what happens. Oh, it just clips right through it. That's gay. Anyway, so stumbling along. You come across this bridge. Okay, so you got to figure out how can you activate the bridge when you can't even reach it. Oh, one exciting thing we're going to be looking into is seeing about if you can hold a torch in the left hand. That way you can hold a torch in the left hand and still swing with a sword and shit like that, since we're not going to have a miner's helmet or any equivalency of that. Anyway, so that's just to see if we can do it, though. I don't know if we actually can get away with it. So you can't reach it, right? So maybe you got to build a little something here. So you build a little frame. And you place it, and then you can reach it. Then you get your little torch out, and you go, you're like, ooh, what is this scary looking shit here? Oh, and the eyes light up. Some custom guppy work there. Come across some barrels here, you think, oh, this ain't worth a shit. And so you kind of leave. They're like, oh, wait, you notice something back here. Is that what I think it is? And sure enough, it's a secret door. So you bust up the barrels, and you walk back there, and sure enough, let me get rid of this. Sure enough, there's something back here. Let's close the door so no one else finds it. Note to self, darken those tiles. Come down here, and what do you see? A door, but it's locked. So you bust open the door, and you got yourself an Alchemy Workbench, and some shit going on here. Oh no, what is this? So somebody left prisoner here? I think so. Or, let's see. Wait, where'd my fucking gore go? There we go. Looks a lot better. Well, why are you disappearing, Mr. Animal Gore? Alright, so I'll figure that out. So, okay, I gotta figure that out. Probably some sort of degrade thing. Easy to fix, though. I'll make it a permanent block. Anyway, though, so you're exploring down here, and you're like, oh, look at all this stuff. This is all nasty stuff, but I got an Alchemy Workbench. Finally, I get to do alchemy shit. And, you know, that's pretty much where we're at. So that is a prefab you get to discover at some point. I mean, I'm going to add more shit to the top and sides and make it look a little better. Burnt tree. Where's the big ass burnt tree? Is that him? There he is. That's the fucker I like to see. There we go. Yeah. That's it. You get the idea. Of course, that'll be a giant pit. Might as well do that now. Might as well fucking actually finish this thing. How low do I want to go? This low, I guess. Oops. So this is a little bit lower than over here, so when I export it, I'll need to remember that. Yeah. Parkour. One, two. Let's see how deep we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 deep, right? Alright, so the prefab starts basically here. Alright. Yep. Go to the opposite corner. Fly up. See, export. Cup. Ruin 01. Let's see here. What the hell's piles? Sure, what do I keep? What the fuck? I don't, okay. Now, let's see. What? I'll steal this line here. There. Underscore gup. Underscore ruin 01. Let's see what it looks like in the wild. There's flight area. This is gonna be all over the place. Something just fell. Oh, that tree didn't like that. So what did I fuck up? Didn't keep the terrain blocks. Why didn't I keep the terrain blocks? That was weird. Terrain filler didn't get added. Let's see here. Oh, it's actually reading from the file. Oh, it's not going to let me do that, is it? Where's the coordinates at? Why don't terrain blocks get kept? Okay. I see what's going on now. I hope I have this on here somewhere. Yeah, that should work. Oops. We know that tree's going to fall already. That's a shame, too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That still didn't do the Y offset. Why not? I wonder. Worked last time. Let's see. 16, 10, 30, 998. There we go. A little better. So I'll just trim those edges. See that the terrain filler now matches that. Then the actual prefab itself, I'll just trim these edges here. And then basically have your prefab. Not too shabby. I'll rough this up a little bit, make it look like some crumbling stone or something. Voila.